Israel launching a new round of airstrikes in Lebanon today, taking out more Hezbollah commanders after the stunning assassination of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah on Friday. Nabil Koch, a member of Hezbollah's Central Council and a key military leader for the terror group, killed. Iran responding to the recent string of attacks and one of its key proxies saying the deaths of Nasrallah and other Hezbollah leaders will not go unavenged. Now, this rhetoric amping up fears of a ground invasion of Lebanon and a greater war in the region. The U.S. State Department urging Americans to leave Lebanon due to the unpredictable nature of ongoing conflict. To talk more about it, I am joined today by former Marine intelligence officer and co-host of the Strat podcast, Hal Kempfer. Hal, thank you so much for coming on. Good to have you. So, Israeli officials, they haven't ruled out the possibility of a ground incursion on Lebanon. But here's the thing. Given how successful they've been with recent attacks, you would say, is it even necessary? Are they even going to do that? So do you think it's actually likely this would happen? And if so, what would a ground invasion even look like?
Jesse, what the U.S. is looking at and what they've been saying is that we need to be, basically ready that Israel is going to go in to do a ground incursion or a ground invasion, if you will, of southern Lebanon. Everything coming out on that is it's going to be a limited incursion. It may be to enforce UN Resolution 1701, which basically Hezbollah at that time had agreed to pull its forces back north of the Litani River. Of course, they violated that immediately after that was done around 2006, 2007, and it might be to push them back. One thing to remember, they went in there in 2006. That did not go well. All right. It was not a great operation from an IDF standpoint. They've learned a lot of lessons since. What you're seeing now is the application of those lessons, that preparation of the battle space, if you will, that degradation of Hezbollah capabilities before they go in on the ground.
And it's been effective, right? So in the past 24 hours, we've received reports that 2 more Hezbollah commanders have been killed. Israel effectively wiping out Hezbollah high command over the past 2 weeks. The question becomes, how effective was it, right? How degraded is Hezbollah right now? Are they going to be able to effectively rebuild?
That actually is the question, is how degraded are they? You have to remember, they went away from cell phones because they didn't trust them. So they started using pagers. Well, the pagers exploded and took out a huge number. Not just the number killed wasn't that big, but the number seriously injured was rather catastrophic for them. And then, of course, they rely on the walkie-talkies, if you will, the handheld radios. Those exploded. They don't have a trusted wire or fiber optic system. They believe that was compromised a long time ago. So they can't communicate well with their commanders, if you will, across Hezbollah. And now they've taken out commanders, people in charge who've literally been there for decades. Many of these, like Nasrallah himself, have been there since the beginning of Hezbollah. There is no smooth replacement plan because they've never been replaced. These guys have been there forever. So it has put them in command, control, communications disarray. And they have to take that into account, as does Iran have to take that into account, which is, could they even defend themselves?